afternoon, brothers. How you all doing? Welcome to the Black Men's Congregation. We're here today with Bishop and Honorable Presider of the congregation, M.O.T, and Pastor B.M.T. We're here to sit with you brothers and talk about things that as men we should be fellowshipping and talking about, keeping each other in check, having accountability. We're back to the second part of the 4-part series led by M.O.T. And we're going to sit and gather some wisdom. So grab a pen, paper, and take the time to hear us out. This is the Black Men's Congregation. I'm passing it over to M.O.T. Good afternoon, brother.
Good morning, brothers. We're on this Guide to a New You, part 2 of 4. You have to understand that being on this path to a new you, a lot of people are not going to like the fact that you're not going to be doing the things for them as you've been doing for them before. And I just really want you to know that sometimes, man, you have to take yourself off the scene, take yourself off the shelf, so that way you can rebuild yourself and be a better person. So when you do come back, you can be able to come back in a way that's better for you, not really everybody else around you. There's a lot of people who really like the fact that you're never going to be much in life. There's a lot of people who's really comfortable with that. And what I pretty much want to do here is pretty much show you that I give you a guide on very simple things that you can do, so that way you can change the trajectory of the way that your life is going. So the part 2 of 4, we have step number 1. You need to plan your new career goals. You need to be a provider for yourself first. I don't want any person out there stuck in a low-wage job. There's too much money to be made out here in too many career fields. You know, you can go get a certification and you can get a right to work as long as you're using that certification in a specific field to where it's booming. Depending on what town and city that you're in, you need to be picking up these trade publications associated with the actual field that you're in or the field that you're trying to go, because we want to make sure that you're all right. Most people in the United States make anywhere from 35,000 a year or below. I mean, that's plenty for one man. That's not really enough for a whole entire family. So when I tell you to get yourself together, we're just talking about you. We're not talking about taking care of households. We're not talking about doing any of that stuff, really. And step 2, what goes along with that is you really need to evaluate whether or not that you are in a city that can sustain you. That means current you and future you. You always have to be looking out within the field that you're in or the prospective field that you're going to be in. Whether or not that city that you're currently in, no matter how big or small, is going to be able to have your new skills be put to use. There's really no use in having these skills if you're going to stay in a place to where you're not going to make enough money to be pretty much sustain yourself. You have to snap out of this, mind frame and point of view that you're going to stay in one place for 30-something years. That's just not the world we live in. And you got to be able to move to the money. The money's not going to move to you. You have to be grown up and an adult, and you got to be able to pull the plug, and you got to be able to move. That's why it's important to save your money, which is also an investment in yourself. So that way, when things change or there's a new market that comes available, you can move right to it and you can get right to work right. But you're not going to be able to do that if you're not paying attention to what's going on in the market and not really understanding your place in it. Your job isn't just to show up to work, it's to see where the work is going. And number three, your living condition. You really need to talk about that. You know, if you're around a lot of noise all the time, you're not going to be successful. You need time to think about your next move. You need time to read up on everything that it takes to continue to be abreast with the job position that you're in. And you really can't do that if you're around a whole bunch of noise all the time. It's worth moving to the bad side of town, living on the third floor of some crappy apartment to get your stuff together. So that way you can have peace. See, men thrive in order and in peace. You're not supposed to be proving how much nonsense that you can put up with. And that's what it takes for you to be a man in most cases. You have to understand that that is not the way that that's going to work for you in the future. Number four, this all starts with your tax return. We know that everybody about to get their tax returns or their W-2s starting in the third week of January. You need a plan. You need a plan to invest in yourself and get out of the way of those people who are really bringing you down or who can't really bring you to another level in life. It's okay to go out there and be by yourself, man. It's okay to use your tax returns to buy books, DVDs, whatever it takes. You know, go to the library, get a library card. You know, you just have to make sure that you are investing the time into your upkeep and your progression. So that way you're actually progressing. Because there's a lot of people who's never going to progress. And as long as you hang around them, you're going to be just like them. It's not that you're better than them. You just need to be better prepared than them. This has nothing to do with them. This has everything to do with you. And I really want you to get these things because it's vitally important that you carry yourself with a high level of excellence in society, man. And there's really no need to be following these trends of what everybody else is doing. You got to forge your own path, your own happiness, your own power, your own peace for you. You have to be a head of this household that you're trying to form. You have to be the general manager of your own life. Stop sitting around and waiting for people to pick you up. Yeah, getting chose is for idiots. Because most times when you brag about getting chose, you really don't want to go into what you're getting chose for. You're getting chose because you're weak, not because you're strong. So what we need to do, fellas, is got to bring the service levels up. First thing you have to do is just keep following this guide. These are not really hard things, but it may seem hard to you depending on where you are. But you have to understand, you can't save anybody else in the world until you start to save yourself first. Trust me, man, you matter. Your future matters. Your peace matters. Your happiness matters. Yours. And don't let anybody stand in the way of you actually accomplishing that. That's all I got, Joe.
Well, guys, like I said, this is going to be a 4-part series. We ain't trying to beat around the bush. We're trying to give y'all instructions and tutelage, and hopefully we can get all this out before tax season really hits into full effect, so you guys can sit down and properly assess this stuff and go over it. Now, every brother that we've been coming in contact with, or we've been sitting down and been doing counseling with, they've been seeing the results. They've been seeing the results. We're not trying to, this ain't no hustle. This is straight counseling that we do. You can either have some consultation with M.O.T. and he'll sit down and he will privately talk with you. Am I correct, M.O.T? You can
Correct.
talk. You can sit down with M.O.T, or you can always hit me up, BMT, and we can sit down and we can talk. Everybody that we've talked to has gotten results. Everybody that we talk to in whatever ventures or stuff that they're looking into, whether it be personal, family, business, lifestyle, self-esteem, relationship, listen, we're not going off of guessing. We're not trying to sell you a book. We're not trying to be no prophets. We're trying to give y'all the information that you need, that you can easily have access to. This ain't no 99, 99, 99. No, it's simple. Brothers come into the congregation, sit down with us, and let's talk. Every man that's been sitting down working with us, they've been getting the results that they've been searching for. Right now, we're at 164 subscribers, going strong. We're going to hit 200 soon, real soon. And we only do this about one time out of the week. The Man of Tomorrow channel started and given life to by Man of Tomorrow. Let me make sure I pull that up. It's doing really well. Hang on, let me go ahead and grab that. It's doing really well. If you brothers need any type of information on the channel, it's already in the description below. It's already in the description below. You can always look that up, and you can get. He gives out great information that you guys need. Hang on, let me grab that for y'all. We like to, any brother that we're working with or that we're trying to push for, we try to make sure that we get out the proper information for them. Like I said, Man Tomorrow, he's been giving out good information. You also have Black Male Talk that we have going on, and we have other channels that we've been networking with. We have the Prophet of Thought. We also have Edward Anderson, and I think we had you said CG. You said who'd you said that? What's the guy's name?
C Boogie Productions.
C Boogie Productions. These are all good men that we're working alongside with. We also just started working with Black Men Being Brutally Honest, the Roger Report. We also started working alongside of who else? The Roger Report and You Ain't Shit for Watching. These are all brothers that we've been connecting with, working alongside with. Charity the Great, she hosted just Friday night the talk with the R. Kelly communal talk for Ratchet Friday. She did a really good job talking with us, and she got the results that she wanted. So we're making moves, brothers. And I ask you, if you want to invest, sit down and talk with us. Now is the time. Now is the time. Because then, when those who already sit at the table already start to make the moves, it's too late. Don't come to us later on and say, yo, help put me on. No. Because when we were out there working in the field, I didn't see you. But now I am where I am today. I don't see you now. So, you guys, again, you already know the time. On Sundays at 12 to 1. We keep it pretty short. We do the broadcasting, and then we go on about our business. We have other shows that we have to get to and get done. But again, if you have any questions, you have our emails in the description below. You also have our channels. You also have our podcasts. We're doing YouTube, podcasting, and also we're doing hosting on other channels. So we stay gainfully busy alongside with our actual businesses that we run. So, you guys, anything you need, ask us the questions. And we'll answer them as best we can. I do know that we try to stay gainfully ahead of everything that goes on. This has been an amazing show. We'll see you guys later. All right. See y'all. and peace.